Music has always been a catalyst for creating conversation. It's always been a catalyst for some kind of social change.
The mission of the Arab Orchestra is to educate, preserve, and integrate the Arab culture through music into the greater community.
For us, we're a little bit unique in that we're a diaspora. The Arab American community we're home. America's our home, but we have this other side to our life that's very different from American culture.
When people make the choice to move several thousand miles away from their home, moving away from famine, moving away from war, whatever that is, that's not an easy decision to pick up and move halfway across the world. And you always leave a piece of yourself behind. And so there's this fear that as the children become Americanized, as they get into the culture here, that they're going to lose part of what's going on at home.
الأوركسترا الوطنية العربية مهمة لإلي لأنه بتوصلني ببيتي وبلغتي، وإني يكون عندي هاي الفرصة إني أغني باللغة تبعتي بهاي البلد اللي هي غريبة، هو إشي اللي أنا كتير فخورة فيه ومبسوطة إني وصلت له.
It's been a dream. From me coming from Lebanon to here, it's been a dream. Even my teacher, when he knew there's the National Arab Orchestra, he's like, "Oh, Farah, come on, let's go."
I remember the first concert that we played. There was a sense of thrill and excitement that this was a happening. This was something that doesn't happen that often. This was a unique offering. And folks who were there as attendees, you could just tell were just so pleased to have the opportunity to come and hear this music.
In addition to the entertainment aspect of what we do in the orchestra, you're talking about a world that's kind of volatile right now, and what better way than musically and artistically to bridge the gap and bring people together.
When I see people's faces, I just see tears, I see elation.
My spirit is fulfilled. It's just a beautiful atmosphere through everybody, through the musicians, through the people.
Only after the Arab concerts do I see people not wanting to leave. They are so moved, and as one of our patrons says, I go to Mars after the concerts because I'm just taken to another place that nothing else creates. And so I guess it's an opening, if you will. It's an opening, and I want to know more and do more and be more and expose people to more because I see how people react.
I'm Polish American. I was born here. My parents were born here. Obviously this music is not something that is in my family. I didn't grow up listening to it, but something has drawn me into it. Something resonates, and something is very profound about this, and it's been amazing to be welcomed into a group of people. I think it's really exciting, and it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something, even as a cultural ambassador in that way.
Art and music is a big part of any culture. You find music within religious institutions. You find music at almost every single celebration and function within a society. And so to have something like the National Arab Orchestra in this country that continues to preserve this culture and pass it down to the next generation, that's important in itself.
The National Arab Orchestra is that group for Arab classical and pop music today. And I think that with a sustainable future, with the funding that the orchestra really deserves and could actualize on, we would see them performing a full season of music, traveling across the country so that you could see other communities be able to experience the sense of joy and participation and excitement that we get to experience here regularly in Michigan through our performances.
It should be the community's duty to support an institution that has the means to hire full-time artists that have dedicated their life to learning this music and performing it. And for Arab musicians, we have an extra responsibility that most musicians don't have. We're ambassadors of our culture. Why should we allow those very same ambassadors that are going around the world and performing to not have a place to call home, not have an avenue or a platform to refine their art even further so that we can create new works, so that we can continue to expand our educational outreach and programming.
And the Arab Orchestra provides a vehicle, an access, if you will, an activation opportunity to bring people together.
It is easy to keep something like this alive. It is hard to convince people that it's worth undertaking.